When State Trooper Daniel O'Neill was assigned to be with an unadoptable shelter dog as his first canine partner ever, he poured everything he had into training her so that she would be a great partner. Eventually, after some serious training, she became the perfect police dog. So when the pair had made a very disturbing discovery in the woods one day, the police dog Ruby knew exactly what to do with the situation. The story of Ruby, the police dog who had gone through hell only to come out on top, will completely warm your heart. During her first year of life, Ruby and adorable Pop had been through ringer. She wound up in an animal shelter in East Providence, Rhode Island. After a while, it looked like there was a chance that Ruby wouldn't be able to have her happily ever after. The pup proved to be an absolute nightmare for pet owners. She lashed out at children with teeth and claws and chased any other animals she shared a home with. 4 different families tried to make it work with Ruby. These families tried making the dog part of their permanent family, but nevertheless, each family gave her back to an animal shelter. She did not have an off switch, said dog trainer Patricia Inman, working with the East Providence shelter of the Rhode Island Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. She was too much dog for most families. After 4 stints, and the animal shelter workers faced what they thought was the unchangeable truth. This dog was unadoptable. They penciled her in to be euthanized, but Patricia, who saw good in the dog, was determined to save her. In a last-ditch effort, Patricia contacted the Rhode Island State Police, hoping the boys and girls in blue could train Ruby better. Maybe let her join the canine unit. Just 2 hours before Ruby was to be put down, the police responded to her request. The police saved Ruby from death. The department assigned her to Trooper Daniel O'Neill, a 7-year veteran on the force who dreamed of working with canine units. Right away, Officer O'Neill went to work training his new partner. He recalled the first day he brought Ruby home, where his pregnant wife, infant son, and dog lived. She was, as Patricia described, the officer recalled, just crazy, bouncing off the walls. Would he be able to calm the aggressive pooch? For 4 months, Officer O'Neill never let Ruby out of his sight. They ran together, slept together, watched TV together. He brought her to work. The dog has to really love you to work for you, he said. Still, Ruby pained him. Sometimes, Officer O'Neill said, I'd look at other members of the canine unit where their respective high-priced canines that were bred for police work and say, how did I get this monster? Training the dog wore him down. After a 4-month-long training montage in which Ruby and the officer became friends, the once unadoptable canine earned a police badge and began accompanying Officer O'Neill on a handful of missions with impressive results. Over 6 years, Ruby, the dog once lost in life, developed a knack for sniffing out lost persons with astounding success rates, and eventually word of her tracking prowess spread around the precinct that earned her and Officer O'Neill a special case. In October 2017, Gloucester, Rhode Island officer who's asked Ruby and Officer O'Neill for their expertise. See, they'd been searching for a missing teenage boy for over 36 hours with no results. They needed some pros on the case. They needed Ruby and Officer O'Neill. Of course, Officer O'Neill and Ruby accepted the case. The partners first paid a visit to the missing teenager's mother in her home, who told the officer that her son and his friends enjoyed hiking in a nearby wooded area. So they went there. Officer O'Neill recalled the search. We were 1.5 miles into the woods, he said, when Ruby, all of a sudden, quickly darted away. He must have groaned had his pooch reverted to her old uncontrollable high-energy ways. But when he caught up to Ruby, he found her licking something. A log? No, a boy laying in the leaves. Officer O'Neill saw right away. It was the team they'd been sent to find. But a bad cut marred his forehead, and only the tiniest pulse proved life. Officer O'Neill radioed for medical attention, but they couldn't find Ruby and the officer in the forest. With the boy just barely clinging to life, the officer gave his partner a simple command. Bark. So she did, loudly, again and again. Medics followed the sound of Ruby's bark and went to work, saving the boy. In the professional's hands, he'd be all right. Relieved, the officer rewarded Ruby with a pat on the head. They'd done it together. They cracked the tough case. Officer O'Neill returned to the teenager's mother's house and told her the good news. Now, it was her turn to be relieved. She cried on the doorstep, and then through tears-soaked cheek, she asked the officer a strange question. "Do you know a dog named Ruby?" I was taken aback by the mother's question. Officer O'Neill recalled. I said Aurora. "Yes. Ruby is my canine partner who just found your boy." Again the mother broke down in tears. Her name, you see, was Patricia Inman. In the end, Ruby repaid the woman who saved her from death all those years before. A life for a life, it was the least she could do. As the months passed, Ruby built on her training, and the Rhode Island authorities noticed. In 2018, Ruby was nominated for 2018 American Humane Hero Dog Award. Rhode Island Governor Gina Raimondo called her a top dog and a hero. Not bad for a dog, once deemed unadoptable. Ruby saving Patricia's son is almost impossible to believe, but it's proof that sticking with broken animals can pay off big time. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.